All right, moving on. As expected, the Reserve Bank of India kept the key interest rates unchanged in its first policy meet after the union budget this year. This was the 10th time in a row when rates remained unchanged. In this era of uncertainty, RBI expects India's GDP to grow at 7.8% next year. RBI Governor also mentioned that India is headed to become the fastest growing economy in the world. On inflation, he said that we need to monitor crude oil prices going forward. And as per current data, retail inflation is seen as at a 4.3% next year versus 5.3% this year.
Overall, taking into consideration the outlook for inflation and growth, in particular the comfort provided by improving inflation outlook, the uncertainties related to Omicron and global spillovers, the MPC was of the view that continued policy support is warranted for a durable and broad-based recovery.
All right, so there you heard the RBI governor. So essential takeaways of this credit policy is that the key rates have remained unchanged. This is the 10th time in a row that rates have remained unchanged. And this is the big takeaway of the RBI credit policy. Now, RBI governor also cautioned cryptocurrency investors, stating that they are staking their money at their own risk. The RBI governor added that cryptocurrency has no underlying asset.
मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं संक्षिप्त में, जो इन्वेस्टर्स क्रिप्टो करेंसी में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं उनको ये माइंड में रखना चाहिए कि जो भी वो इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं वो उनके खुद के रिस्क पे कर रहे हैं. दे आर इन्वेस्टिंग एट देयर ओन रिस्क. उनको ये भी माइंड में रखना चाहिए कि ये जो क्रिप्टो करेंसी है इसका कोई अंडरलाइंग नहीं है, नॉट इवन अ ट्यूलिप.
All right, to understand this better, I'm joined by cryptocurrency expert Siddharth Sogani on the broadcast. Mr. Sogani, thank you for making time and speaking to Mirror Now. How do you read RBI's statement on cryptocurrency? The RBI, the central bank, has stated in as many words that invest at your own risk at a time when during the budget, the government said that there'll be 30% taxation. So how are the crypto investors going to view this statement?
Well, RBI has been cautioning investors since a few years now through their notifications. So this is nothing new. However, it is not to be compared with the Tulip bubble, which happened in the 17th century, because we've come a long way. This has an underlying technology, which is a network, and mostly everything, any monetary instrument has underlying asset, which is basically the consensus, right? So if we agree that gold has certain value, and everybody agrees in the room that gold has that value, that means it has a value. Whereas on the rupee note, it says, "I promise to pay the bearer." Here, the RBI is taking the responsibility to honor that 100 rupee note or whatever rupee note we are using. But in crypto, it is backed by the internet, and that internet uses blockchain technology. So blockchain basically validates each transaction, and it's a global network. So here, the consensus is coming from the internet. So I am disappointed with Mr. Das saying this, because he's comparing it with the Tulip bubble without understanding the technology. But I'm sure they are getting there, because in the budget, Nirmala Sitharaman directed a tax framework, and this indicates that we are heading towards regulations.
Mr. Sogani, if you can help us understand this aspect, that do you think that the government and the central bank are speaking into different languages? Because there is a sense of ambiguity whether as far as crypto investors are concerned, or do you think that there is enough clarity as far as crypto investors are concerned?
See, a central bank will never like a decentralized asset class or currency, if you may call it. Because none of the central banks worldwide would support crypto ever, because that takes away power from them to a decentralized network. But the government, on the other hand, have to embrace it because this is growing anyways, right? So if they ban it, they know that they cannot implement the ban because this is in the internet. So I agree with your point where you said that they are speaking two different languages, but they have to come to a mutual place where they can amicably come and make a regulation around this.
All right. Thank you so much, Siddharth Sogani, for helping us understand what RBI essentially meant. And as you rightly said, that RBI has consistently maintained this position, cautioning investors. So we'll have to wait and watch as to how things unfold in the coming time. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.